Today we're going to be talking about credit scores. Credit scores determine to the bank your worthiness to obtain more credit. So what happens is when you apply for a mortgage, the first thing they do is pull your credit score. It doesn't need to be as high as you think. Most banks are now requiring a 620 credit score, but nobody really knows what goes into a credit score and how do they determine what your credit score is. Well, there are a few criteria. One is payment history. Do you pay your bills on time every month? This is a huge factor in your credit score. It accounts for 35% of your credit score. So if you are behind on payments or have a collections, oftentimes it can plummet your credit score by 30 to 40 points, making it look like you are not able to pay your bills and therefore not qualify for a mortgage. The second thing is credit utilization. Credit utilization is, do you max out your credit cards every month? Do you carry a balance? Is the balance low as compared to your credit limit? This makes up 30% of your credit score. So if you have 10 credit cards and they're all maxed out, whether you're paying it on time or not, it can actually lower your credit score. The third thing is length of history, length of credit. This is not as important. It makes up about 10%. So if you've only had credit for a year, but it's been excellent, paid on time, everything's great, it can really make a difference where if you've had 20 years and you've had kind of spotty payment history, it can lower your credit score. The other thing is types of credit, unsecured versus secured. So a credit card would be an unsecured, and that's a kind of a bad kind of credit. So whereas a student loan maybe won't affect it as much, the types of credit is really only 10%. And the fifth thing is new credit. Every time you go to Kohl's and say, oh, I'm going to save 30% because I'm getting a store card, every time they run that Social Security number, it actually lowers your credit score. So when you're preparing to buy a home, don't fall for it. Don't get any new types of credit, car loan, anything, because it can definitely lower your credit score and impact your ability to buy a home. So saying this, say your credit score isn't where you want it to be. There are some things that you can do to make sure that you get your credit score up. One is to pull your credit report. It's free. You can get it anywhere. You can check for mistakes on your credit report and dispute them. If disputed properly, it can actually raise your credit score. The other thing is stop using your credit cards. High credit card usage is bad. So stop using your credit cards and start paying down your balance, and it will really help to improve your score. The other thing is clear up any late payments or collections. A lot of us have done it. We've looked at our credit report and said, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that medical bill I had 6 years ago. This is bringing down your credit score probably by 30 to 40 points. So if you can reach out to any collectors and settle that dispute, they can take it off your credit right away. Plus, you want to make sure you have a good history of on-time payments. So make sure you are paying your bills on time for at least 6 to 12 months before you apply for a mortgage. And the third thing, no new inquiries. Don't get that store credit card. I don't care how much you get off at Kohl's. Don't get any new credit when you're preparing to buy a home. Credit scores are probably the number one factor that lenders look at. That's the first thing they pull. And if your credit score is not up to par, you will not be able to finance a home. So make sure you're checking your credit score, make sure you know what it is, and make sure you're taking the steps to fix it. Look for any mistakes on your credit. Stop using your credit score, stop using your credit cards and get those balance down. Make sure you're paying on time and any collections that may occur, and make sure you're not applying for any new credit. So if you follow these steps and are aware of what goes into a credit score, you can be prepared to buy a home pretty quickly. So I appreciate your time. And again, if you have any questions or any concerns, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm always available. Thank you and have a blessed day.